Hello all, welcome back to the Minstermen man. I'm Dan and this is episode 6. We're up against Peterborough today. It's a top of the table clash. So we sit in first, they sit in second. So hopefully, if we get a win today, it'll be bloody incredible. Okay guys, welcome back of course to the Minstermen man. We sit first. I'll just bring up the big thing there. We sit first. We've had some good form as of late. Of course, we were last here for the Darlington match, the FA Cup first round. We beat them 3-1, of course. We then beat Stoke under-23s 0-0 on penalties. Apparently in the checkered trade, if you draw, even in the group stages, 0-0 after 90 minutes, or anything after 90 minutes, you've got to draw, you go into penalties straight away, and it's called a penalty win, and you get a point for it or something. Anyway, put us top of that group, and we're through against Walsall in the next round. It's a side that we've beat already this... sorry, we haven't beat them. They beat us 1-0, in fact, in the league, so possibly a tricky fixture there. We then had Bolton at home, 2-0. We beat them. Now, I did record this, but failed to switch on the old mic here, so I do have all the video in its glory, but none of the audio. So I thought I'd just do the Peterborough match because it run a couple of games after, and they sit second, we sit first, so kind of makes sense anyway. But it was a decent match. Now Bolton, of course, they were relegated from the Championship last season. They're a good side. They spend £11,000 a week on one player, their goalkeeper. They had, before this match, the best record for conceding goals. They had the second best away form and the best, which means the least amount of goals conceded in the league so far. Not after this game. We put 2 past their £11,000 a week goalkeeper, which is no better than ours, McGilvray. We spend £1,000 on him per week. £11,000, but basically all their players were above, £6,000. They were 6, 7 grand, 8 grand, 9 grand, 11 grand. We spend 2 grand, 1 grand, mostly 1 grand per player per week. That's our wage. That's our wages, and we sit top. Pretty crazy, pretty crazy. But anyway, Hazeldine gets a goal pretty early on, 8 minutes, and Gus Mafuta, the ball-winning midfielder, gets himself in beautiful space and finds a goal. It was 2-0 before half-time. Then we shut up shop, and we played pretty much defensively from there on in. And they just could not get past our £1,000 a week goalkeeper. And we got past their £11,000 a week goalkeeper twice. I'm just making the point there that we are doing this all on a shoestring, even though we are in a financial crisis thing. But we then went to Port Vale, and this was a little bit more of an exciting match in terms of goals. I do like a good clean sheet, so it was a bit disappointing that we conceded 3. Let's just put it like that. We went ahead with Scott Fenwick. They got one straight back, 1-1. Then we went ahead again with Winchester just before half time, and literally then just before half time they got back. So they were, every time we were scoring, they were coming back. Hazeldine gets a goal, then he gets taken off because I did the sub before the highlight, and then the highlight come on. And it was Hazeldine's goal. So as soon as he scored that goal, he came off. He still got player of the match, I think. And Lyle Taylor puts us 4-2 up before they get a goal. I think that was their left back who gets a goal there. And it's 4-3. It's a decent win though, however. So that's good. Scott Fenwick, Winchester playing well. So he'll play again on the right. Mafuta also having a decent game again. So it puts us in good stead for the Peterborough match, of course. Oh my gosh, I didn't realise just how far ahead we are. 8 points ahead. They've got a game in hand, so potentially 5 points ahead. But we're playing them today, of course, so we could increase that gap. This is just a mental season for me. It's just, I did not expect this. That's all. So this is our side. This is who's going to be playing today. Hanley, Essam, Lee, and Sheaf on the back. Prowley is the inside forward, with Boutte in the middle as a deep line playmaker, Mafuta as a ball-winning midfielder who likes to get up as a player instruction, of course. Winchester playing on the right. Fenwick is a target man because we're playing RouteOne football. It's good to have a target man, and Hazeldine in that poaching position once more. Cavalier would be playing today as a deep line playmaker, but he is injured again. First it was a dead leg, now it's a bruised thigh. He's got a bruised thigh, he's not playing. I've got a bruised thigh, and I went to work yesterday. I didn't call in and say, can't come up, can't, I've got a bruised thigh. You got a bruised thigh? And I'm giving you £1,600 a week? What? What is going on with the world? Anyhow, rant over. And we're going to get into this game against Peterborough. It's a game that I'm a bit nervous about. Peterborough, then, they're obviously having just as good a season as we are, in a sense. They are an established League One side, of course, being in this league for the majority of the past 20 years or so. Enjoyed a nice little spell in the Championship as well, more recently than we have, by the way. Finished 5th last season, 6th the season before that, 13th the season before that, 9th and 6th, so mostly as well in the top half. So they are a decent side for this level indeed, especially in this save, it seems. So they have the best recent away record in the competition. Are we playing away? I didn't even look at that. Yeah, they are away. We're playing home, so they are away. They have the best away record, so that won't faze them. Ranked 3rd in goals with 29. I think we've scored more, however. Headers, decent headers. Ranked 7th in goals conceded. So not the best, but not the worst in present recent home form as well. So they're just on good form, aren't they? Goals against, though, these are the weaknesses. 7 of 17 assists conceded have come from through balls. Low teamwork, low leadership, and alarming 6 out of 17 assists conceded have come from inside the penalty area. Well, that's perhaps not applicable for our play, although we do have some of them. Not great tackle success rate, so they don't seem to be very good at winning the ball back, which is good. I don't know, this is going to be a tricky match indeed for us. Just because they seem to be doing actually very decent, and even though they are obviously a better side, they're probably going to have the odds in their favour today, of course, as well. Anyway, we're here at Butham Crescent again. This is what The Guardian is saying, apparently. This is a difficult fixture for both teams. Peterborough will find themselves up against a team who are in good form. That is us. And I'm going to sit on the fence, put this one down as a draw. Clorent Cavalier and Colton Morris will both be missed by their respective sides, of course. So there we go. A defeat could see Peterborough fall as far as 8th. Wow. And a defeat wouldn't see us fall at all. So they're going to be trying to get the goal. They're playing quite narrow. So they're playing a 4-3-1-2. I suspect that they've got at least one, and I think it's probably the left back there that's going to get up and try to get some width going forward. It looks like they're playing with 3, maybe a box-to-box there in amongst that. It's hard to tell on this screen, however. They've obviously got 3 up front. In terms of, they've got the attacking midfielder there with the strikers. We've got 3 up front in a sense as well, although it has a skew to the left. And hopefully, their lack of width will do us well, will do us good, will be in our favour today. So the team talks are done. Everybody is motivated and raring to go. We're going to stick that on wide to exploit the width of our pitch, because our pitch is the biggest we're allowed in the league. So there we go. So we're going to try and exploit that width whilst they're going to play fairly narrow. We should be all right. I.e., if we do lose, it won't be by a terrible amount. They've had 3 shots, 2 off target. Now they've had 5 shots. Right, pause the game. Can someone explain this? They've had 5 shots. 1 is on target, and 2 is off target. That's quite a binary thing. It's either on or off, right? So that's 1 plus 2 is 3. So out of their 5 shots, 1 on target, 2 off target. Where are the other 2 shots? They're either on or off. What? What is going on? Where have they just disappeared? Oh. And they've punished me there for ranting about their shots. Tom Nichols gets a goal. I wish I'd have put audio after the Bolton game, because at least that was a cheerier game. That was a nice win for us. And an unexpected win at the same time, because I did say before that game I don't think we're going to win. Oh dear. So they are using the width there on the left at least. And Nichols gets in there with a lovely volley. Sam should have done better, I feel. Never mind. What can we do? Winchester. Booty to Fenwick on the right to Winchester. Booty's now cutting inside. And we lose the ball again. We're just not being good enough today so far. And they're back in. And you could see it coming. You could see it coming. That's their key player. The player that flashes up before the game. It's a false 9. Da Silva Lopez whips it through and he's there on the far post to get that goal. I'm not sure if there's anything more we should be doing, need to change. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Now, when I said that League One was going to be difficult at the start of the season, or at the end of last season, I meant it. This is what I thought all the games would be like. Seriously, this is what I thought all the games would be like. If you have a look at our player stats against many others in this league, they are sometimes very atrocious, very lacking. And I thought all the matches were going to be like this. All the fixtures were going to end in just abysmal, dire, horrible numbers like this. 3-0 before half-time is not how we should be playing. Now, I've not come up against this formation too much this season. And I think the Peterborough manager has probably got a nice little trick up his sleeve, because I have no idea what to do. Oh my gosh, now I've just done that. It's all going tits up. I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to walk out. I've just switched everybody off. We're 3-0 down. Oh my gosh. Right. Lyle Taylor, you're coming on, mate. Sutherland. No, not Sutherland. You can't play there. I'm struggling. Just get out there. Play on defensive. I know now everyone's thinking, what on earth are you doing? You're 3-0 down at home and you switch to defensive for the second half. Should have been playing it from the start, in my opinion. It's not that we don't score goals when we're on defensive. It's just we score a different kind of goal when we're on defensive, I think. Mafuta needs to be careful. He's on a yellow card. Booty wins the ball. Prowley now. We're on the break. Lyle Taylor. What can he do? Hoofs it over to Winchester on the far right there. Not politics wide. He's Winchester. I don't know whether he's a far right politics man or not. I meant in terms of the football pitch. Mafuta then with a cracking shot on goal from outside the box. Nice power on that, but they've got a good keeper, it seems, who wants to keep a clean sheet today against us. We're really, really, really struggling. Coulters, Davis, Da Silva Lopez finds a goal. They are hammering us. And that good goal conceded record we had isn't good anymore. It's worse. Da Silva Lopez, too much space, too much time, gets a goal. We've not done anything, and I'm talking and I'm not doing anything because I don't think there's anything we can do or should be doing. We are the worst side. We're on good form, but I said towards December, near enough December, things will get difficult. Things will get hard. We can't win all the matches all the time, and oh my gosh, I'm almost glad that I'm recording this because it almost seemed too good, and I wanted to really have I didn't want to have a struggle, but I wanted the game to come up with something different to what it has been so far, and a 5-0 loss at home is something different to what we've experienced so far in this save. We've had it too good for too long in this save, and the computer now is saying no longer can you be doing this. Benny Benningham is coming on for Mafuta, and Sheaf's going to come into that deep line playmaker role, and Dominic Smith is going to be playing on the right. We should have gone into this with a different kind of setup, I think. Just slightly too attacking, probably. It paid off against Bolton. At home against Bolton, they had one of the best away records, a bit like Peterborough. A better defensive record in terms of goals conceded, and we got a 2-0 win, so I've kept things very much the same for this match. I didn't realise that in terms of quality, Peterborough were just going to outperform us, absolutely. I mean, it's 5-0, and we've still got 20 minutes of gameplay to go. Oh my gosh, this is the worst football manager. Oh my gosh, this is the worst football manager not necessarily game. I don't know what I'm saying. I've lost my words because it's all just falling apart. Oh, just when you start to think that you're becoming an expert on the game, taking York from the Vanarama to the Championship with 3 promotions back to back. The game just says, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're seeing what you're doing. You're sneaking up the leagues. No. 7-0. Go. Absolutely atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. I'm going to be aggressive. Say, concentrate. Hanley, Fenwick, Benningham. Just score 1 goal, guys. 1 bloody goal is all I ask right now. I ain't asking to win the game. I'm just asking for 1 bloody goal. Which you're not going to give me, are you? Is this our biggest defeat? Well, I do seem to remember losing 7-0 to Dover in the Vanarama National. We still won the Vanarama National that season. So a 7-0 loss isn't necessarily the end of the world. I mean, it's hard to believe that it's not the end of the world. Because looking at it, it looks pretty much like the end of the world. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that I'm going to post this onto YouTube, of course, because that's, you're watching, you obviously know that. So I don't know why I said that. But this will just be public. Atrocious. I mean, if I were just playing this usually, just on my own, just, doing a save, just 7-0, whatever, nobody knows about it. Just tell people, tell my friends things that are going well. Don't tell them about that. Now, no option. I have no option now but to publicly put that out to the world. 7-0 loss. At home. I mean, they're Peterborough are better than us. But are they 7-0 better than us? That's what you've got to ask yourself. At least we've got some motivation. We've got some fired up. It does, of course, mean that's our 4th loss. Peterborough have only lost twice so far. They are a better side. They're probably going to win the league. Just looking at that, if they can keep it up, what they've been doing so far. We've lost 4. We've not drawn too many. Our goal difference now, which was sky high, it was the best in the league, has now dropped down, and Peterborough's obviously gone up because, well, we've -7 and they've +7 onto theirs. So there you go. We've now got 23 goals against, 37 goals scored. Still the most in the league, which is nice to say. We play defensive football. We play defensive or counter. That's all we play. But yet we've scored the most goals in the league. So you do score goals on those mentalities, believe me. It's just you don't concede as many. Apart from today, you concede like 5 games worth in one game, which is ridiculous. But yeah, 23 goals against them now. I don't like that at all. I much preferred our goal difference at the start of this episode. But our points are still alright, 41. Peterborough do have a game in hand, of course, but until then we still are 5 points ahead of them. We've got 41 goals. Essentially 50 points means you're safe, doesn't it? I don't think we'll be battling for relegation, so it's just how high can we finish this season, I suppose. So there you go. I mean, I don't want to look at the news reports. Jeez. I mean, is anybody slating me on the social feed after 7-0? Maybe? Everyone calm down, promotion is still on. I'm glad you think so. You all know that Peterborough only got 3 points for that, right? It's not an actual 6-pointer. I like that, that's quite funny. That's it, promotion hopes are over. Congratulations to Peterborough. Really thought we'd win today. A draw would have wouldn't have been the end of the world, but a defeat is a complete gas. But nobody's actually saying it's my fault. They're just all basically like, "Oh gosh, that weren't very good." So it's all right, innit? I'm a bit worried about what people were going to be saying about that loss. That is a taint on our score sheet thing. I need to end this episode because otherwise you're gonna see a tear or something coming down my face, and I don't want, as well as this, I don't want that to go public and my tear to also be public. So we'll just end it here. We'll come back for the Bristol Rovers game, guys, in the FA Cup second round to see if we can get as far as we have ever done in the FA Cup. And I think we got to the third round at one point in our first season. So we're going to have to just better that this season. So the FA Cup run is on, and so I'll see you just then, basically. That's not too far away. So yeah, all right. Like the episode. If you liked 7-0 losses, then go ahead and like that. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment on the video with your thoughts, with what I did wrong. I must have done something wrong there, guys. I must have done something wrong. Maybe you can pick up on that. And please share the video with anybody that you think may be interested in this kind of content. Until next time, ta-ra, and have a lovely day. I hope in your saves you don't lose 7-0 like I just did. It's not a good feeling. We should be alright. I.e., if we do lose, it won't be by a terrible amount. They've had 3 shots, 2.